Hey, welcome back to the Homestead. So today we're putting down the ground cover. It's a woven fabric that here in Missouri we really need it because the weeds are just crazy. Back there we got about 3 or 4 rows done so far. It's a 6,000 square foot garden, so we have a lot to go. So follow along.
The hoop structures are made out of PVC and 1/2-inch rebar. So we just drove the rebar into the ground and left about 6 inches sticking out of the ground and put the PVC tubing right over the top. Well, we've been at it for most of the afternoon and we did get most of our brassicas planted with the exception of the cauliflower. It is just too late to do the cauliflower this year for a spring crop. So probably gonna try to do a fall crop. So we're just gonna have an empty spot underneath the hoop house for a while for the cauliflower, but we'll pop that in for hopefully a fall harvest. We did a little more work in these back
here. We just basically tried to rake down the dirt, but it was pretty wet in the middle, so I don't know, we gotta wait.
And we have more rain on the forecast for tomorrow.
Yeah, do what you can.
When you can. We're planting lots of cucumbers for the garden this year, so we planted a bunch of dill. These are the seedlings that we transplanted out from our little greenhouse. And we did transplant our basils today as well. So we have, I don't know how many different varieties, at least 5 different varieties of basil that we transplanted today. So we've been working on this for a few weekends now. We just kind of work any weekend that it's not raining, and any night after we're off of work, just try to fit our gardening in whenever we can. When we bought our property last year, there were tons of green cherries just like this when we closed on the property, and by the time we moved here, all of the cherries had been eaten up by the birds. So we need to get some bird netting so that we get to try some of these cherries. So pretty sure I just went through a tornado. The eaves are hanging down in the front of the house. Have some broken siding on the ground. So that's nothing. I'll wait till I show you. That used to be our well house. The ducks are currently swimming in the yard. That was so scary. There's some of the framing and twisted metal laying back there behind the fence. The whole thing is just smashed. And there's metal in the neighbor's field. But the part that I'm saddest about is this right here. It's been months worth of work, and there it all went.
So we are forced to be off grid. Gotta go get some water from the pond to flush the toilets. So, update on the homestead. It is 3 days later. We actually have power now. We were out for 3 days without electricity, which would have been all right. We have a generator that we were using, but we just had a refrigerator plugged into it, a lamp, and of course the internet, because without the Wi-Fi signal, we actually, where we live, we do not get telephone service. So it was vital to have that plugged in case of an emergency. But unfortunately, we couldn't run the well. We got the well fixed, it was broken. We couldn't run the well, so we had no running water, and but luckily the RV park near town, Laura Ingalls Wilder RV Park, they went ahead and let anyone in the area that had no electricity or running water to come down and use their facilities. So a big thank you to them. I know it helped me and Jess out, and I'm sure it helped out countless others in the area. So if you're in town visiting Baker Creek Heirloom Seeds, go ahead and book your visit at their RV park. And some great people, and it's a nice little area. So on to the garden. As in the video you've seen, a lot of our fabric was torn up, and that's going to make it very challenging because we had majority of all of our seedlings planted in nice little organized rows, and the wind took the fabric and ripped it up. So we're gonna have a hard time lining up the holes exactly where we planted the seeds. So it will be challenging, but we can persevere through it. It might require this weekend, weather permitting, to try and plant again, or really try and line up the holes in the fabric. We'll see how it goes. Our fruit trees. In the beginning of this video, you've seen our nice fruit trees. We had a pear tree with some fruit, beginning stages of it. Well, we don't have any fencing around it, and the deer ate all of it. So, lesson learned. We need fencing for around our trees, but what we're going to do actually is put a string with some jingle bells around it, and hopefully that scares them off. So a lot of you asked, did you guys have a tornado there? We did not supposedly have a tornado. Just a really wicked storm that came through with 90-mile-per-hour winds, most likely in excess of that. There's a lot of widespread damage. Hundreds of power poles were snapped or lines down. That's why it took 3 days to get some electricity. We were patient. We understood the situation. It was a massive storm, and there's a lot of cleanup to be had. You've seen the photo or the video of our well house. Well, in the area, lots of people had that happen to them, or worse. Just a mile down the road, a person's house had a giant oak tree that landed on it. So we are thankful that ours did not, and just grateful for the hard workers at the electric company getting power up to everyone. So thank you to the electric company and all the line workers. And lastly, we just want to say thank you so much for checking in on us. We're okay. The animals are okay. We appreciate all the comments and concerns that everyone's left or messaged us or called us. It does mean a great deal to us. So, we're just gonna try to get to the garden this weekend and see what happens. Until next time, everyone. Thank you. Take care.